In the middle of last century, the United Kingdom was in ruins. It survived the hardships of World War II, but victory came at a cost. The British economy was struggling. It owed huge sums of money to other countries. Many houses, shops, and factories had been destroyed by bombs and needed to be rebuilt. The railways, coal mines, and many other industries were in a terrible state. They desperately needed new equipment. But what the country needed most of all was workers. So it put out a call for help to its colonies. On the 22nd of June 1948, that call was answered. HMT Empire Windrush arrived at Tilbury Docks in Essex. After 30 days at sea, the ship brought the first Caribbean migrants to the United Kingdom. Known as the Windrush generation, these immigrants worked hard to rebuild Britain. They laboured to produce steel, coal, iron, and food. They worked for the public transport system and helped staff the newly created National Health Service, or NHS. Yet tragically, many faced discrimination. They had trouble finding homes to rent, and some were even the victims of open hatred and violence. With only a few exceptions, they were banned from clubs, pubs, churches, and other social gatherings. Fast forward several decades, and while many things have improved, these migrants and their families are still struggling for justice. In 2013, Patrick Vernon, a political activist with Jamaican heritage, called for the arrival of the Windrush to be commemorated. He wanted the nation to recognise the contribution of the hard-working immigrants and their descendants, but it would be years before his voice was heard. In 2018, the Windrush scandal broke. Many people who'd been part of the Windrush generation were accused of living in Britain illegally. Their rights were denied, they were wrongly detained, and some were even deported. In other words, they were forced to leave the United Kingdom. This was because they didn't have official papers that showed they could stay. But there was a simple reason for that. Most had arrived as young children on their parents' passports. Most of their parents had died, and on arrival, their landing cards were collected and later destroyed. Imagine having to prove your right to stay in the country you'd called home for decades, without any way to do so. The government of the day was found to have created a hostile environment, one in which these children, now adults, were discriminated against. Recognising their mistake, the government apologised. It offered to pay money to help make up for their error, but many people are still waiting to receive that money. Windrush Day was first celebrated on the 22nd of June 2018, the 70th anniversary of the arrival of Empire Windrush. Its purpose is to understand the hardships endured by Black Britons and to recognise their great contribution to the United Kingdom. It's part of a broader worldwide recognition of racism and injustice. Windrush Day isn't a bank holiday, but there are many ways to celebrate it. Past events include photo exhibitions, short films and interviews, dances, art and music. It's a perfect time to enjoy Caribbean food, or even try to make some yourself. And when you do, give a thought to the struggles of the people who made the United Kingdom the place it is today.
If you like this video, you can find it and so many more at clickview.net. Sign up for free today